Greetings of the day. Myself, Mrs. M. Fathima Begum, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE Cybersecurity, Madanapalle Institute of Technology and Science, Madanapalle. Today, I am going to discuss about email protocols. Today's content of presentation about email protocols, followed by email architecture, user agent, message transfer agent, message access agent, sending mail, receiving mail, and list of email protocols SMTP, POP, IMAP, and MIME. First, we will define about what is email. Email or electronic mail. It allows user to exchange messages. So it uses a group of application layer protocols to send, receive, store, and format messages. So various type of protocols used to send a mail, that is both for sending and receiving the mail. These four protocols are used: SMTP, POP, IMAP, and MIME. Here SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. POP stands for Post Office Protocol and its version is 3. And IMAP stands for Internet Message Access Protocol. And finally MIME stands for Multipurpose Internet Mail Extension. So altogether, all these four protocols are used to enable efficient and flexible email communication. Before discussing about email protocols, we will see something in depth about email architecture. So generally the email architecture consists of three subsystems. The first one is user agent, followed by message transfer agent, and finally message access agent. First we will see about user agent. It provides services to the users to make the process of sending and receiving a message easier. A user agent is a software package or program that composes, reads, replies to, and forwards messages, and it also handles mailboxes. In very simple, for example, if we are using a Gmail page, in that Gmail page, whatever we are seeing in that page, that is composing and inbox, outbox, junk mails, and we are typing the mails, that entire page is handled by the user. So that's why that name is here user agent. So various functions or services provided by user agent are, so that's what I told previously, that is to compose and edit messages, read and reply to emails, manage mailboxes, that is deleting, forwarding, and organizing the mails, and finally attaching files. For example, if we have any plain text, then we don't want this MIME, the protocol, that is MIME. If we want to attach any other extra files, that is if you want to attach any image, audios, videos, then that also we can attach in our mail. That is, this full work is done by user agent. The message transfer agent is responsible for transferring emails from sender to receiver mail server. So the main protocol used for sending an email is here Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, SMTP. So the various function provided by this message transfer agent is, it is used to transfer emails between mail servers, and next one is it uses store and forward mechanism. What do you mean by here store and forward mechanism? Means for example, if we are using Gmail server is the Google. So if the sender is sending a mail, that mail first it will goes to the server, and there it will get stored. Then finally it will goes to the receiver's server. From receiver server it will goes to the receiver's concerned page. That concept is here called as using store and forward mechanism. And next one is it routes messages through network. And finally it handles delivery failures also. For example, if we are typing any incorrect mail IDs, that also we will get the failure messages, that is the mail is not sent, that also handled by message transfer agent. So the protocol used under this message transfer agent is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, SMTP. And next subsystem in our email architecture is message access agent. The message access agent helps the receiver retrieve mails from the mail server. So here for message access agent, we are using two types of protocols. One is POP and next one is IMAP. Previously we saw about message transfer agent. There for only for sending mails, message transfer agent is used. There the protocol is SMTP. Here next one is message access agent. The name itself, access means retrieving the mails. For retrieving the mails, we are going to use POP and IMAP. So the various services provided by a message access agent are retrieving mails. What I told previously, it is used to retrieve the mails from the server to the sender side. to the receiver side. It allows users to read the message, and it supports, again, receiver side also, it supports entire mailbox access, that is forwarding, deleting, composing mails, all at the receiver side is done by the message access agent. So far we discussed about email architecture consists of three subsystems: user agent, message transfer agent, and message access agent. Next, we will see about sending an email. So sending an email is similar to the postal mail. How we will prepare our postal card? Postal card will have the outer envelope, we will write the sender's and receiver's address, and inside we will keep the messages. So the same, it is our electronic mail also, it is similar to postal mail. Here also we used to type our senders and receiver mail ID. For example, if you use the Gmail page also, you please recall that in that we used to type sender and receiver mail ID. That will, here we are mentioning as envelope, the message whatever we are typing, the content which we are keeping, and if you want any attach any file also, that entire comes under message. So here what is meant by envelope? Again, it usually contains the senders and receivers address, and message, it contains the header and the body. Header means the subject what we are going to send, the subject we are mentioning in the mail, that is here called as subject header, and the body means the entire content of our mail. Next, to receiving mail. So receiving mail, here the user agent is triggered by the user or a timer to receive a mail. So usually the sending mail or receiving mail, it consists of two parts, that is local part and the domain name. For example, if we are sending a mail to xyz@gmail.com, here xyz is called as local part, and gmail.com is your domain name. So domain name, usually the server names. For Gmail we are using, as we know already, for Gmail we are using Google server. So again, I will tell you, previously we recalled about how to send and receive mails, and also the architecture of the email. Now we are going to discuss about various email protocols. So I already told you, for message transfer agent we are using SMTP protocol. For message access agent, POP and IMAP are used. That we will see in detail in this slide. The formal protocol that defines the MTA client and server in the internet is called a simple mail transfer protocol. So it uses TCP for reliable delivery. Here SMTP uses TCP. What do you mean by TCP? Means transmission control protocol. This is one another protocol. It is used along with SMTP to send the mails. So it works on the port address or port number called 25, and it also works with 587 port number also. And next, various commands handled by SMTP are HELO or EHLO. And the next command is mail from, and the next command RCPT2, that is receipt to, and finally data. So here hello command means, since we are using TCP protocol, it will first start the connection before sending the mail. For that, this hello command is used. Mail from is to whom we are from sender's address, and receipt to means receiver address, and the data means actual your content of your mail. So next, message access agent protocols, POP and IMAP. So here both POP and IMAP are message access agent protocols used to retrieve mails from a mail server, but they differ significantly in how they store and manage mails. So currently we are using two message access protocols, are post office protocol in internet mail access protocol. I will tell you about what is difference between these two, because these both are message access protocol, message access agent protocols only, but where we are going to use POP and where we are going to use IMAP, that I will explain you in the upcoming. So here POP3 means, also I already told you, the version is 3 we are going to use. That's why POP3. In POP3, the user agent first open, how the POP3 works, that we will see in detail now. In POP3, user agent, in short format we will tell as usually UA, opens a TCP connection to a mail server on a port number 110. Then it used to download mails from the mail server to the user's local devices. Then then it downloads all emails from the server to the user devices. After downloading, the emails are typically removed from the server to free the space. Once downloaded, the user can read mails without an internet connection. So in short format, POP is mentioned as download and delete. This where the real world example of this POP where we are using means here in Microsoft server mails, that is Outlook mails, whatever we are using, that Outlook mails are using this POP protocol. And next one is IMAP. As we discussed previously about POP, POP is mainly used for only this Outlook mails. And next, IMAP. IMAP is similar to POP, but it has more different distinct features. What are they means? It is more powerful and more complex protocol. It is used to access and manage emails directly from the server. But usually in the POP, we used to download mails from the server and it will be stored in the local device. But here in IMAP, we can directly access the mails from the server. So one example here again for IMAP example is what we are using, Gmails. The Gmail is using Google server. Gmail is one of the main examples application which using IMAP protocol. So here this IMAP works with the port number 143 for communication between client and server. So in finally, that's a short format of how the IMAP works means it is access and synchronize. Previously, we saw about POP is download and delete because from the server we are downloading the mails and to the local devices. Once downloaded to the local devices, then the mails are deleted from the server. But in IMAP, directly we are going to access the mails from the server. So that's why the short format is access and synchronize. Now we will see about comparison between POP and IMAP. So POP is post office protocol as we saw previously, and IMAP means internet message access protocol. So here in POP we are going to download the mails whatever and we are going to delete from the server. Here IMAP means it is server based access protocol because we are going to access mails from the server. And storage location for the POP is local device, obviously since we are downloading the mails. And for the IMAP, it is mail server because we are directly connecting to the server. And access mode, only single device we can able to connect with the POP, and in the IMAP we can connect multiple devices. Here I will tell you one example how it is working as in a single device, how here it is working as a multiple device. In POP, for I told you the POP mail is our Outlook mail. If I have the Outlook mail access, for example, my mail ID, I have Outlook mail access in both in my mobile and in my laptop. If some incoming mails are coming, if I have access in my mobile, I will use to open the mail and I will see that mails. When after 1 hour, if I am opening my laptop, the same mails will be shown there also because from the server it is downloaded and it is stored in the local devices. So it is only for single device access. It won't synchronize in the laptop also. If for example, if I downloaded any mail in my mobile, that won't be synchronized in my laptop because it is single device access only available in POP. But in contrast to POP, in IMAP, since we are using Gmail, in Gmail, if again this if we are using this two devices, again mobile and the laptop, if I opened first the mail in the Gmail in my mobile, in mobile if I used to see the messages, if I delete any mail also whichever unnecessary, after 1 hour if I open my laptop also, in that laptop I used to see that whatever I deleted in my mobile, that is synchronized here also. It won't be available in my laptop also. That is the meaning of here multiple device. And synchronization next, it is not supported in POP because single device access, and in IMAP fully supported, be able to synchronize also. Next, internet requirement. Since we are downloading the mails to the local, here no need of internet in the POP. And in IMAP, because we are directly connecting to the a mail server, we require internet. And mailbox management is limited in POP 3, but advanced folders and flags we can set and we can search also in IMAP. We used to see usually in our Gmail pages, we can do all the advanced things in our Gmail page, which are not available in our Outlook mails. And backup, regarding backup, risk of loss is if is high if device fails because we are storing only in local devices in POP 3, but in IMAP it is safe because we are storing all the mails in the server. And the speed compared to IMAP, POP is faster because we are downloading the mails. Obviously again here in IMAP it is slightly slower because we are accessing from the server. And we, as we discussed previously, the port numbers which we are using for the POP is 110 and for IMAP is 143. And finally, the best example for POP is the Outlook mails which we are using, and its server is Microsoft server. And next, the example for IMAP is Gmail is the mail which we are using, and the server is the Google server. And finally, we will see about MIME, multi-purpose internet mail extension. So basic email protocols like SMTP supports only plain text, that is ASCII format text only. We are able to send by using SMTP, but they cannot handle images, PDFs, or any audio video files. But MIME will solve this by enabling non-text data to be sent via mail. What is that is the example is, if you want to send a mail, if you are typing any only text format, if you are typing means SMTP protocol is enough. But if I want to add any images, audios, videos, or any file format, if I want to attach in my mail means, then this MIME protocol will work. That is multi-purpose internet mail extension. So various components in MIME are MIME headers and MIME body. So MIME headers means which provides the information about the content, what we are going to attach. For example, image we are going to attach, audio, video, whatever we are attaching, that informations will be provided in the MIME header. And next one is MIME body. That is the actual data what we are going to attach. That is the image file or any audio video file, whatever we are attaching, that comes under MIME body. So, in summary, we saw about email protocols. Totally 4 protocols are available: SMTP, POP, IMAP, and MIME. SMTP is used to send mails, that is only for text to mails. And next, POP and IMAP is used to retrieve the mails, to receive the mails. And finally, the MIME is used to attach the apart from the plain text, whatever we have, images, PDFs, audios, videos, files, if you want to attach anything, then this MIME protocol is used. And also we discussed about architecture of email protocols consist of 3 subsystems. Finally, if you have any queries or questions about my PPT presentation, please leave your queries by using the scanner. Thank you.